You use the internet every single day. You stream videos, send messages, browse websites, join calls. But if someone asked you right now what DNS actually does, or why your router and modem are two different things, most people would go completely blank. And that's not a personal failure. Nobody sat you down and explained how any of this works. You were just handed a Wi-Fi password at some point and expected to figure out the rest. So today, we're fixing that. Every major networking term broken down into simple parts starting from the very beginning. IP address. Every device connected to the internet has an IP address. Your phone, your laptop, your smart TV, even your printer that you've used exactly twice. IP stands for Internet Protocol, and the address is basically a unique number assigned to your device so that data knows where to go and where to come from. Think of it like a home address. If someone wants to send you a letter, they need your street and house number. If a website wants to send you a video, it needs your IP address. There are two versions in use today: IPv4, which looks like four numbers separated by dots like 192.168.1.1, and IPv6, which is longer and handles the fact that we've nearly run out of IPv4 addresses because nobody in the 1980s predicted that every human would eventually own 5 connected devices. Your IP address can be public, which is visible to the internet, or private, which is only used inside your home network. That's why your laptop and your phone can both be on the same Wi-Fi and still be separate devices. DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System, and it is the reason you type google.com instead of 142.250.185.78. Every website on the internet lives at a specific IP address, but nobody wants to memorize a string of numbers every time they want to check their email. So DNS acts like a giant phone book that converts human-readable domain names into the IP addresses computers actually use. When you type a website into your browser, your device silently asks a DNS server, "What's the IP for this?" and the DNS server answers in milliseconds. It happens so fast you never notice it, until it breaks, and then suddenly nothing loads and you spend 20 minutes restarting your router before realizing it was a DNS issue the entire time. Changing your DNS to a faster public one like Google's 8.8.8.8 or Cloudflare's 1.1.1.1 is one of the simplest ways to make your browsing slightly faster. Most people never do it. Now you know it exists. Modem. The modem is the device that connects your home to the internet. Your internet provider runs a cable, fiber line, or signal into your home. The modem takes that incoming signal and translates it into something your devices can understand. Without the modem, your home network has no connection to the outside internet at all. It's the bridge between your internet provider and everything inside your house. A lot of people confuse the modem with the router because internet providers often sell them as a single combined device, but they are two completely different jobs. The modem handles the connection coming in. The router handles what happens to that connection once it's inside your home. If your internet suddenly stops working, the modem is almost always the first thing worth checking. Router. Once the modem brings the internet into your home, the router takes over. The router's job is to distribute that internet connection to every device in your house, either through Wi-Fi or through physical Ethernet cables. It also manages the traffic between all those devices, making sure your laptop's video call doesn't crash because someone else started downloading a game at the same time. Routers also create your home's private network, assigning local IP addresses to each device using something called DHCP. That's why you can have 15 devices connected at once and they don't all collide into chaos. The quality of your router directly affects your Wi-Fi speed, range, and reliability, which is why upgrading an old router is often a much bigger improvement than paying for a faster internet plan that your outdated hardware can't actually deliver. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is simply the wireless technology that lets your devices connect to the router without a physical cable. It uses radio waves to transmit data back and forth between your device and the router. The name Wi-Fi doesn't actually stand for anything meaningful. It was created by a marketing agency in 1999 to sound friendlier than the technical standard it's based on, which is called IEEE 802.11. You're welcome for never having to say that out loud. Different Wi-Fi generations handle speed and range differently. Wi-Fi 5 is still common in most homes, while Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 6E are faster, handle more devices at once, and deal better with interference. The two frequency bands, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz, are the reason your router sometimes shows two different network names. The 2.4 GHz band has better range but slower speeds. The 5 GHz band is faster but doesn't travel as far through walls. If you're sitting next to the router, use 5 GHz. If you're in the next building, 2.4 GHz is probably your only option. Firewall. A firewall is what stands between your network and everything on the internet trying to get in uninvited. It monitors incoming and outgoing traffic and blocks anything that looks suspicious or unauthorized based on a set of rules. Your router has a basic built-in firewall. Your operating system has one too. Together, they filter out a huge amount of malicious traffic before it ever reaches your device. Think of it like a security guard at the entrance of a building. Most people who get hacked aren't bypassing a firewall through some dramatic Hollywood sequence. They're clicking a link that invites the threat inside voluntarily. A firewall only works on traffic it can see coming through the door, not the stuff you let walk in yourself. VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. When you connect to a VPN, your internet traffic gets encrypted and routed through a server in another location before reaching its destination. This does two things. First, it hides your real IP address from websites and services, replacing it with the IP of the VPN server. Second, it encrypts your data, which matters a lot when you're connected to a public Wi-Fi network at a cafe or airport where someone could otherwise intercept your traffic fairly easily. VPNs are also how people access content that's restricted in their country, since the website sees the VPN server's location, not yours. What VPNs don't do is make you completely anonymous or protect you from every threat. They're one layer of privacy, not an invisibility cloak. Bandwidth and latency. These are the two numbers that actually determine how your internet feels in real life. Bandwidth is how much data can move through your connection at once. A higher bandwidth means more data, faster downloads, smoother 4K streaming. Latency is how long it takes for data to travel from your device to its destination and back. It's measured in milliseconds and often called ping. A low latency connection feels instant and responsive. A high latency one feels laggy, even if your bandwidth is technically high. This is why gamers obsess over ping. A 200 megabit connection with 80 millisecond latency will feel worse for online gaming than a 50 megabit connection with 10 millisecond latency. Speed and responsiveness are different things, and most internet providers only advertise the one that sounds more impressive. And that's every major networking term explained. From the IP address your device uses to the VPN hiding it, every layer of your internet connection finally makes sense. Next up, we're going one level deeper. Now that you know how devices connect and communicate, what actually happens inside your computer when it runs a program? Every computer component explained: CPU, RAM, GPU, storage, and more. Click the video on screen right now and I'll see you there.